Well, hello, Miss Laura. How are you?
Hey there, Miss Ellen. I'm doing great. How are you this morning?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you. I am so incredibly honored to get to interview you about our book. I'm
Oh, I'm excited. Thank you for interviewing me.
this was your brainchild. So tell us a little bit about you personally and professionally. I know you very well, but I know there's a lot of people who don't. So let's just start with introducing yourself.
Oh, thank you so much, Ellen. Thank you for spending your time or investing your time to do this interview so people can kind of hear the heart behind the story of how the book came to be. It's very interesting. I was involved in another publication last year by another amazing coach who is a colleague of mine. We graduated at the same time from our certifications. And I saw what she was doing with the book and I loved it. And I was so honored to be part of that book. It's called Short, Sweet, and Sacred. It is on Amazon if everyone would love a copy. And I was honored to be the second chapter in the book, but it was a compilation of transformational coaches' stories in the book of their life and some things that they had overcome. And it resonated with me. And the book did go to number one in 6 countries in June of 2021. And just so honored to be in that book and the opportunity. And as I began to really expand my coaching practice and serving people and helping them with their dreams and understanding how to blueprint, bridge, build, and become the people that they wanted to be in their as a soul, having a human experience, I began chit chatting. And one day, my fiance Hanson and I are driving on the road, and he said, "Babe, you should do a book like that, but do it with your clients." Because by this time, I'd had over 100 clients. And this was about 15, 18 months ago. And I mean, everything inside of me, I tell people, I teach them how to listen to their inner dialogue, that intuition. And I mean, it just went, it was just like total expansion. And I knew in that moment that I had to do it. And the reason that I had to take this pathway with this book was to give other people a voice. I had had the pleasure of hearing their stories. And so for me, I knew it had to be put down in a concentrated way that we could offer encouragement and hope to other people. So that's the part about the book, I think. As far as me personally, I've got 4 kids. They're amazing. 3 boys and a girl. My oldest is going to be 31 tomorrow. So they're 31, 29, 24, and 19. 2 of them are in the book, which I'm so excited about. And they have gone through some of the work with me. Um, I just, as far as life, I now have a private practice in South Lake, Texas, in the Fort Worth, Dallas area. I have a beautiful life. I think I've traveled so much this year. I have a bonus son that's autistic, and he brings me so much joy. And then, of course, my fiance Hanson. So we're just enjoying life. We're heading to Vegas here in a couple of days to enjoy some things. So that's just on a personal note. So
Awesome. Sounds amazing. I know you've done a lot of traveling. I've been vicariously watching you through your social media.
it's a lot of fun.
So this book is so amazing. I have a story in it. You have a story in it. It's like 42 authors, 48 stories. So tell me a little bit about what made you want to do this. I know you kind of covered that in the last question, but just tell me, like, what really made you want to do this book and share, these stories with people.
Um, Thank you, Ellen. I'm just grateful to share because honestly, as I sat here over the course of 2 years and I listened to people and I listened to their heartaches and I listened to their challenges, I listened to their hurts, um, I realized that the human condition is very similar. It's no differentiator amongst gender or age or circumstances or conditions. We all are living in it. Yet there are definitive tools. And as I worked with people and saw that they picked up the tool, they picked up the hammer, they hammered the nail into the wall, proverbially speaking, that they had massive success as they embraced the principles. And they were so thrilled that they were finally living a life that they would love living, either personally or professionally. And I knew, and they couldn't wait to tell people, right? They were telling all their friends, all their families. So the book had to happen. And I had a visualization of them all sharing their stories. And now we've got 48 stories, 48 chapters in the book from all of my clients, all of these people are people I've worked with the exception of my mom. And she's so precious. She's got a story in the book as well. She just turned 80 this year. But they're from New York, Florida, Michigan, Texas, Alabama, Portland, the West Coast, Dubai. We've got an author in here from Dubai. So it's very, very interesting to me. And I knew that people would be inspired and encouraged because I had seen this pattern of success from going from being hurt and broken and overwhelmed to being transformed and having a life that they love. So I knew that this would help other people out there. And I knew it had to be in a form that was deliverable and readily accessible by the public.
Cool, cool. So tell me then a little bit about, as a person of faith who really loves these people, I'm one of your clients. I know how much you pour your heart and soul into us. So appreciated. Tell me what it's been like to work with all of these authors on just level for you.
I just pinch myself. I just don't even know what to say. I'm so honored that people would trust their journey with me and trust the fact that we lock arms. And I use the analogy often about, I'll ask people, did your grandmother have that poem hanging on the wall, the footprints in the sand, where Jesus is, there's two sets of footprints and then you see only one, and this is where Jesus is carrying you. And regardless of whatever religion that you subscribe to or you hold near and dear to your heart, across all religions, across the world, they require faith, and they require faith and a power. And so obviously I identify as Christian. I'm Christian. I was saved at 21, to be very transparent. So I have this spiritual connotation that's very strong to me. And that's why I teach spiritual transformational principles and mentor people into it. But at the end of the day, just watching the transformation, and Jesus was the King of transformation. That's what the whole resurrection is about, and about the miracles of healing people, the leper, the beggar, all the stories in the Bible that lend to the transformational process. We can look at butterflies and caterpillars. There's so many things in nature that have this connotation of transformation in them. So just watching these amazing souls as they journeyed, and many of them had personal struggles and relationships with their family, with their children, with their lovers, with whatever, or maybe a job. They had problem with their job. They hated the work piece, and they knew it wasn't their purpose and passion. So they were looking for another vehicle to drive. So it's very interesting as you work with these people, the similarities again of the journey and how the tools are exactly the same for transformation. And that was the joy, because like I said, all different people, all different genders, all different ages, from 19 to 80. Crazy.
So tell us a little bit about your story in the book. Who your target person is and how that's going to inspire and encourage them.
Well, I'm fortunate enough, since it was my brainchild, that I actually wrote an introduction story, and that's the one that I gave Mary. Mary's come on now as an endorser of the book, as well as many other high-profile endorsers, but I gave that to Mary. She didn't even need any other stories to say, I'm going to endorse this book, so that's awesome. But the main story that I wrote for the book, and it'll be the final chapter in the book, is, I want to give everybody a voice before me, but is about, it's called... it's about having a broken heart, and it's about love and relationships, and then finding love on the Eiffel Tower. So it's about my transformational story of, I really noticed, I'm going to get choked up here. I noticed a pattern of success in some areas of my life over the last 10 years, I'd say. And then patterns of success of self-sabotaging and, limiting, specifically in my romantic relationships. And I just noticed that I had a lot of work that I needed to do there on the subconscious level to peel back the layer onions, dig deep, and to pattern a new way of success. So I had 2 failed marriages, 27 years of being married to 2 men and 4 children. And I wanted to find the right person. I wanted, well, not find, but attract the right person into my life. But I had to deal with some of this. So this whole story is about the transformational story and how I got true to my core values. I stuck to what was important to me. I figured out who I was and how I attracted the right guy into my life, and how that journey led to getting engaged on the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France in the summer of 2021 in the midst of COVID, crazy enough. So, but, that's really the story in a nutshell. So I just want to, my target, I deal with people all the time because we attract who we are, not what we want. So I would say 95% of my clients have a great business, a great job. Most of them are entrepreneurs, as I am. They have great relationships with their children, like I do. They have great friendships, like I do, that they've kept for years and decades and, their whole lifetime and building on. But their personal relationships, their romantic relationships can be a complete shit show. Excuse my French. And I wasn't surprised by that because I know we attract who we are. So as we navigated this and we came through this, the tools became prevalent. We were able to work on it with the clients, but that's the person that they're like, I'm not unfortunate looking. I've had great success in business. I'm a great mom. Why can't I have a solid, stable, loving relationship in my life in the romantic area?
Very good. Well, I kind of was, of course, I've been a friend of yours for many years. So I was there during that whole process, and I've seen that transformation firsthand. And so it just really touches me just knowing that, I've just seen the difference, and it's amazing. So, and you're amazing. And I'm just so honored to be a part of this. So let's just shift to our launch, which is going to be November the 5th at Barnes and Nobles in South Lake.
Right.
So we're excited. What are you most excited about over that weekend? Tell me about that.
Well, first of all, just to have all of you there, I think 37 or 38 of the authors are coming in out of the 42 from all over the world. This is mind-blowing to me because many of these people I've never met in real life. I've been meeting with them over Zoom for almost 2 years. And now I get to see them. And I might as well just bring a whole carton of Kleenex because I'm not going to be able to control myself. There's going to be so much hugging and just hooping and hollering. But we've got so many fun events, a champagne bash here in my offices for the investor, the ones that have chosen to invest in the book and get a profit share. We're going to have our book signing. Then I've got a whole area, at a place here in South Lake, the upstairs area for a reception and food and drinks. And we're going to have a great time. Then we got buses. Everybody's here at the Hilton in South Lake. We're going to go to Billy Bob's that night. All the families are welcome, and everybody can bring a guest in. I know a lot of people are coming in from everywhere. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, and they can bring their guests. So it's just an honor to be able to roll out the red carpet. Some of these people have not been to Texas and be here and to share the energy, be with like-minded people that have been through what we've been through on the human being existence, and then also on the transformational journey.
I think it's going to be fun. I think some of these people who've never been to Texas are going to get to experience the stockyards, and that's a big staple for the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So I'm excited to see that. So,
absolutely.
So is there anything else that you want to add that we haven't touched on?
Yeah, and I'm trying my best not to get choked up here because it's so special for me to be here with you and doing this, because I did grow up with you in our small East Texas town, and I'm just grateful for the journey that God has brought us on. I'm going to lose it. I'm so sorry. But if you feel there's not a chance, or there's no hope, or you're lost, or you're stuck, there is a way. There is a solution. And there is a power that's breathing you that has all the answers and all the power that you need. It's bigger than anything going on around you right now, your finances, your love life, your job. And there are tools out there. So, if I could just tell anybody that, because I was the girl that was on the floor 6 years ago, post-divorce, thinking that I didn't have a future and thinking my life was just over. And here we sit. So there is a future for everyone that's watching. And so just take that little encouragement and inspiration and hope, and just know there's a plan for you. God has a plan for you.
Well, and I'm so thankful that I have been.
I'm losing it. Sorry.
Me having a lot of those tools. And I'm very grateful for that because it has just enhanced my life so much. And I know that your clients, everybody that you've worked with feels the same way. So we just want to say thank you. And y'all come out and see us on November 5th, right?
November 5th, South Lake, Texas. We would love to see y'all. We'll have the books. 37 of the authors will be there lined up. We'll stage it every couple of hours at the Barnes & Noble, and we'll be signing the books for y'all in real life. And we cannot wait to see everyone.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Ellen, so much for interviewing me today. You're a joy. Thank you for being in my life.
Thank you too. We'll see you soon.
See you soon.